3 frames. That's the amount of time it takes for Diddy Kong to travel into the blast zone after getting hit. Normally, after you get hit by a charge shot like that, you'd be stuck in at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 5, 18, 19, 7, 20, 28, 29, 30, 30 frames of hit lag. The fuck are those eyes? Anyway, 30 frames of hit lag before being obliterated. But for some reason, Diddy Kong's up B, rocket barrel boost, changes this, reducing the amount of hit lag to, from what I can tell, 0 frames. However, this only happens to Diddy Kong when getting hit by moves with electric properties. Why only those moves? I don't know. I can only guess that it has something to do with moves with electric properties having more hit lag than normal, clashing with the fact that Diddy Kong up B is sort of a different state of knockback, but that doesn't really explain anything. Regardless, when Diddy Kong gets hit in his up B, he also has no smoke trail coming off of him like characters normally do when getting launched. Combine these two mechanics and it makes it so that Diddy Kong essentially almost instantly vanishes upon contact with a strong electric move with little animation, making for quite a odd, but also funny looking way to die. What's even crazier is that Diddy Kong just also straight up doesn't get a kill screen, which means that instead of the game zooming in on a devastating blow, you just see this. Even though I think seeing Diddy Kong just disappear in the blink of an eye is really funny, it's not the only entertaining trait this up B has. Being able to control the barrels can create some fun moments both intentionally and unintentionally. They're very difficult to control though, especially considering that you also still control yourself at the same time, but if it hits, then it hits. Unless it decides to not explode. Next, let's talk about these. Suicide moves. Sacrificing your own stock can be funny, obviously with the intent of taking your opponent down with you. Putting your own life on the line to cheese someone out of a fresh stock is just something that happens in Smash, and something that can end the game quickly. However, there is one that in my opinion reigns above them all, and is also a move that probably won't come to mind quickly. Me Brawler's down B. Head-on assault is definitely my favorite of all the moves you could use to take your opponent down with you. The combination of sheer speed, sound, and visual flair make it beautiful. If you miss the move though, you do look kind of silly just plummeting into the void. There's also multiple valid reasons for why people wouldn't really think of this move. First of all, there are so many characters in this game, why would you choose to play the Miis? Also, you are just kind of throwing your life away when you use the move in the way I'm currently showing. Third, this move just kind of sucks. 58 frames of end lag. Ganon though, is that you, yeah? Any Mii Brawler player that would actually want to win would just use the flip kick move or whatever. But how can I complain about the risk when it's such a fun move to hit? At one point I just kind of had a phase where I would go on Elite Smash as Brawler, spam up B out of shield and fish for head-on assault kills. Speaking of which, this up B is also quite a fun move to send people into the bottom blast zone with. Doesn't compare to its down special counterpart though. Anyway, take head-on assault, turn it 90 degrees, and bam! Misfire. Every normal person who likes Smash likes Green Missile. Everybody who is a normal human being loves Luigi. And that's how you get a funny move. Sticking in the wall is quite funny. Only when you put your body on the line though, so not Yusuf Froth. Green Missile and in turn Misfire are just funny moves in general. Mainly because it's just so silly, but also because of the RNG factor attached to it, which of course makes for some great moments. RNG in general can be quite funny, depending on who you ask of course. For the recipient of it maybe not, but for everyone else, hilarious. Game & Watch 9, Peach Turnips, Heroes, everything. Especially Whack and Thwack. Big RNG moments make for some of the best and most infuriating moments in Smash. Especially if you take into account items, but in the end nobody can deny their wacky nature. If you're not playing competitively, these somewhat luck-based moves in Smash will in my opinion always make the game more fun. And if you do play competitively, unlucky bro, we just have to deal with it. While making this video, I went across the roster looking for moves I would want to talk about, completely forgetting about something. Taunt moves. They just went completely over my head because of the fact that you can't taunt on quick play, where I spend most of my playtime. They should really change that for Smash 6, you know. But yeah. Taunts that can actually hit an opponent are definitely some of the funniest things in the game, especially if you can get a kill with them. There are not many things more disrespectful than a taunt kill, maybe even nothing at all. So yeah, moves can be funny for various of reasons. If you look even further, there's plenty of moves in the game that you could consider funny that I didn't talk about. Perhaps you find the animation of it really funny, or maybe it's just such a pitiful move that it can get a chuckle out of you. With how many characters and moves every Smash game has, there will always be plenty of moves that are funny. Goodbye.